I'm Matt,
I'm Justin.
and we're Dekleyn.
We're an indie electronic pop band from Western Sydney.
We're playing two songs. We're playing Did We Move Too Fast, which is out this week. And we're playing an old song called Who We Are that we brought out in 2020.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we actually met through Facebook. I was looking when I was in probably year 8 to start a band. And I was looking and I found that Matt had a guitar in his profile picture on Facebook. So I decided to send him a message and see if we wanted to have a jam session, and then it's just been happening every week since.
Together we've probably been playing music about 8 years?
8
8
or so years, since we were back in high school.
And separately probably 15 years each.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll probably start with the lowest. This is probably what it's easier to come to mind for me. It's when we played a show that it was basically we were just opening for someone, just playing to the opening act, to the actual headline act and the sound desk for like an hour or so. So that's pretty rough. That was a pretty humbling experience. Yeah.
Best experiences probably just doing our sold out headline shows.
Yeah.
And having an awesome crowd there. Just probably not been a better feeling since.
Yeah, streaming wise, getting on a few of the bigger Spotify playlists as well, like New Music Friday and things like that have been always highs. In terms of, we listen to a whole lot of music. A lot of it seems like the sound that we're similar to is over in America. Finding bands like Laney,
1975,
probably two of the biggest inspirations.
Yeah.
And then often there's sounds or even sort of similar stories that we take inspiration from. And the process is usually that I'll sort of start with maybe a chord progression and a few sort of mumbled words. We'll get that idea down and I'll show Matt when we're together, and then
bring it all together.
Yeah, sort of from there just flesh it all out.
Love it out.
Yeah, get it to where we want it.
We haven't been able to play live for about over a year now, just over a year, but we've played the Factory Theatre.
We've played a few shows in Melbourne, so it's taken us sort of interstate, which is always fun and makes you feel like a real musician, I guess, when we're on tour like that.
I think we played one of the last shows at the Sly Fox before it shut down.
Yeah. We're still looking to sort of get to more states and obviously when possible overseas. So it's going to be exciting as things open up more. Yeah, we've always been ones to sort of release quite a lot of songs quite quickly compared to sort of, major artists and things like that. So just spacing out the releases close enough to keep people engaged. And obviously, when the lockdown sort of first hit, doing little covers and taking to sort of TikTok and things like that, have brought in some new fans and kept some engaged. But yeah, really excited for some shows coming up over the next few months to really get our foot back in the door. Yeah. I was saying it earlier. It's hard because we spend so much time and effort into the music itself. It's time to release it. We have to turn into sort of content creators rather than musicians to sort of keep the hype going. Which at times can be difficult, but
we get a lot of help as well from our manager and from our promoters and stuff like that as well, which really helps. So
having a good set of people around us has really helped, and the team's been growing over the last few years, so it's really been exciting.
I think it has to partially be if you want to push some music out there, and it we've tried to sort of establish one over the last few years, definitely.
It's definitely something we've always thought about, taking sort of strategic steps to create an image for ourselves. There's often times that we'll come across artists that are a lot smaller technically from the streams they have online, just due to not really having that social media presence, and it just baffles us sometimes that the music can be so great, and unfortunately in this day and age, if the branding and marketing is not there, it'll sometimes just get missed. So definitely something we think about.
Cool. we're pretty diverse in our music taste, but we have pretty similar music taste in that regard as well. I think a lot of our favourite albums are probably like the 1975 albums, but then like a huge variety as well. Like we both love like Metallica, like the Black Album. I'm a big fan of Rumours, Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran was very pivotal in my sort of songwriting upbringing, I guess, when he first broke out.
Yeah.
In terms of finding new music, I definitely have felt sort of that overwhelming how much you can get your hands on these days. More so back maybe when I was in high school, it was a lot easier to sort of cut through and find those particular artists that still love to these days. But yeah, we definitely probably prefer listening to a whole album rather than just it's often these days people break albums up into maybe 3 different 4-song EPs, which sort of takes away from the experience of getting the whole thing at once, I feel. But especially if 10 out of the 12 songs have already been released prior. But yeah.
I've got to say guitar, but
yeah.
Piece of gear. I think we've really we don't play it, but I think the introduction of like the electronic drum kit in our sound,
the Roland SPD kit,
and then our triggers and stuff have really sort of brought the set to life in a live setting. In a recording setting, probably we purchased a Shure SM7B, I believe it is called, and that's made a huge difference in the sort of output that we get now because we do all our recording at home still. That one bit of equipment's made a huge difference to us in our sound.